and welcome this morning to our Master of Public Health webinar at GCU for both our London and Glasgow campuses. I'm joined today by Martin Murchie, who's the Glasgow programme lead for the programme. He will deliver a short presentation and answer any questions or queries you have about the programme. While that is happening, it's just a quick point to note that we will be recording this session for anyone who cannot make it, and also for anyone who has joined us today. It will give you an opportunity to go and revisit any of the topics that Martin discusses throughout the session. Without further ado, I will hand over to Martin. Please enjoy and please ask any questions you have throughout just in the public chat box to the right-hand side. Thanks. Over to you, Martin.
Lovely. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for that. Morning, everyone. Well, it might be morning here. I don't know if it's morning where you are, but welcome to this presentation on the Masters of Public Health. Hopefully, we'll fill in any gaps you have. And as Hannah said, please, if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat and we'll pick them up either during it or at the end of the talk. So we're going to cover our Masters of Public Health programme runs on 2 sites. So whether you have applied to our London campus or our Glasgow campus, which I'm the programme lead for, you will carry out the same programme of study. So obviously delivered by different facilitators and lecturers, but you will actually follow the same programme of study. So the trimesters are exactly the same in terms of what modules will be delivered and when. And we're going to look at that in a second for September. So on the screen there, you can see on the left, the picture is Glasgow campus, and on the right is the London campus, just so you've got a bit of an idea of what some of our buildings look like. Obviously, they're much bigger than just the pictures to represent. It's a very large campus in Glasgow particularly. So just looking a bit at our philosophy of the programme, what we're trying to do is to prepare all students when they complete their Masters to have developed this public health focus on prevention and promotion of illness and disease, promotion of health, and also the overall guiding of trying to protect the well-being of the public. And we do this through education, research, and public health practice and service. So that's our overall philosophy that we are looking to achieve in the programme of study for you. And the 3 key areas that we cover throughout the module to prepare practitioners for working within public health is looking at prevention, promotion, and protection. So as you can see there, I had mentioned the 3 key areas that we're looking at, which is our prevention, promotion, and protection, which are the key 3 areas within the public health programme, but also they are the 3 key areas of public health practice as defined by the United Kingdom Faculty of Public Health back in 2014. So our programme is covering what the faculty is looking for in practitioners as well, and also in terms of what is also expected from other organisations across the globe as well. These are the 3 key areas that they would always be focusing on through public health practice. We do that obviously through education, research, and public health practice. So your programme of study will have a variety of modules. All are key in putting together that jigsaw for the Masters of Public Health and for public health practice. That is delivered by a variety of experienced lecturers from within the university and also external experts as well, who will come and deliver key presentations, key seminars and tutorials in relation to public health and public health practice. This is some of the feedback that we've had from our students. I won't read them out. I'll let you have a read at them. But just in terms of what our students have gained from the programme, and in terms of the experience and how that has prepared them for going forward into the world of public health So really good experience, an excellent program. It gets really good feedback from our students in it. We also take feedback and adapt the program and the delivery depending on the students' feedback during the students who are currently on the program of study. But you can see that there's a variety of experts, like I said, here in the feedback, and it's really been beneficial for those students to experience not just the academic input, but also those from practice. So if you're looking at starting this program of study in September, then this slide here breaks down the program trimesters for you to show you what you will study, when, and how you progress through the program. So you can see that in September, which is our trimester A here on the slide, you have 3 modules to study. One of them is advanced research methods, key in any master's program that you do, but also in terms of looking for evidence-based practice and developing research skills. We then have the principles and theory of public health practice and epidemiology principles and application of evaluation in practice. So that would be your 3 modules you would first study if you joined us in September. Moving on completion of them, you would then move to trimester B, which would commence in January 26, and you would have 4 modules to study. So the core modules here for public health in trimester B, you can see are social action, applied statistics, and evidence-based public health. So these are what we call the core modules within the program, and everyone must study them as the same are the 3 that were I explained for trimester A. However, in the red box, along with those 3 core modules, you have an opportunity to choose an optional module. You do need 4 modules, so you will have to choose one of them, but you can then choose one of the following 3 modules in that red box, which are infection prevention and control in a global context, health economics, or navigating the policy. So along with the 3 core modules in trimester B, you would also then choose which one of these 3 modules you would like to also study at that point in time. So it just gives you a bit of a choice and maybe a bit of focus on what your interests more are around certain areas of public health. All 3 option modules are really core for public health as well, but you get to choose one of them to study alongside your Tri-B modules. Moving on completion of that, you would then commence Tri-C, most likely around about May in 2026. And this is where you have achieved enough credit, academic credit, to proceed to the dissertation. So this is where you can then do your piece of original research, or you can do a structured literature review on a topic in relation to public health, but a topic that you're interested in. During that trimester, you are given support from a supervisor. So you have a one-to-one with a supervisor over the period of that trimester to support you to progress and explore and deliver your dissertation when required. So all in all, if you joined us in September 25, this September, you would complete your program of study by banking on all your credits being achieved and your modules being achieved. You would achieve your Masters in Public Health by September 2026. Your program would be complete at that point. So this gives you an idea of how it runs and in terms of what you will study and looking at the content. All modules here on the slide are key for public health practice. Also, there's a variety of different roles within public health, but all of these are key if you are considering being a public health practitioner in any sort of discipline you may decide to go into, whether that be research, whether that be health protection, promotion, etc. They're all key for those. So that's the 3 optional modules, like I'd mentioned earlier: infection prevention, or health economics, or navigating the policy. All contain 15 credits towards your academic program achievement as well. So that's just there for you to have an eye on for when you get the chance to vote for which optional module you would like to participate in. I thought it would also be useful for you to have a look at what the assignment and coursework may be throughout the programme for each module. So you can see that there's a variety of assessment strategies here for you, depending on the modules that you are undertaking at the time. So some of them, there's a mix of written assignments or essays at roughly about 3,000 words, but some of our modules also have things like poster presentations and abstract discussions or a coursework report. There is only really one examination within the assessment strategy, and that's if you took the health economics as an optional module, then you would have an exam within health economics, and that's what we call an open book exam, which is where you can use a book during the exam or to prepare the exam and then submit it at that point. So you can see a real variety of different ways to assess your knowledge and learning and to ensure that you're developing those key skills and that key academic knowledge around public health practice. So obviously everyone is focusing on, all students would be focusing on achieving their Masters of Public Health, but it's important to understand that on occasions that sometimes students may not pass every module or achieve all the academic credit required, or they may decide you want to leave the programme sooner. Now, hopefully that's not anything that would happen to any of you if you come along to our programme of study. However, this slide just demonstrates that there's a variety of different awards that can be achieved under the Masters of Public Health programme if you don't have enough credits or if you wanted to leave earlier than and not complete your Masters. But I'm sure everyone would want to complete their Masters of Public Health. But that can go, so you see there's postgraduate certificates in public health and up to postgraduate diploma, and all have a variety of different academic weighting attached to them as well. These are just some of the contacts for Glasgow and for London. If you had any particular questions you wanted to ask or just to know who the team was, there's a variety of people within the teams. So we have people from public health practice who are within the team. We have researchers. We have some people who have studied psychology. So there's a variety of experts within the actual university team who will support you and deliver this programme of study to you. So you're getting a wide variety of expertise throughout your programme if you choose to come to Glasgow or London. But along with that wide public health, Masters in Public Health team, there's obviously a variety of other services that the university provides for you. The campuses are great. They're very modern. They have, they're very busy and buzzing with lots of students around. So it's a very exciting place to be when our trimesters are running and our campus is full and lively. But within the campus and our campuses, there are also other teams that we have to help support you throughout your time for studying with us. So we not just with the public health team, but you have the Learning Development Centre who can help you with academic writing at level 11 at master's level, because that can be something new for you or something you need just a bit more support with. So there's a Learning Development Centre team who will take you and provide you with that support to help you develop your writing as well. We have a library and our librarians who are attached to the School of Health and Life Sciences will also help support you look for those to understand those key library skills that you need for searching for the appropriate academic literature and research to help support and develop and add depth to your knowledge. So our library is fantastic. There is obviously an online site for that also, but our face-to-face librarians can also help you online or on campus itself. We have student wellbeing services within Glasgow also, and the campus life desk. So you have support around other maybe social or psychological issues that may be going on for you from our student wellbeing services. We obviously have our visa team who can answer any of your visa questions for when you're in the programme. If you have particular questions around your visa and the impact for your programme. And we also have some careers advice. So we have some career support services that you can access to look at what happens after university. What are your next steps for public health practice? We have our Students Association where you can meet fellow students from other programs, etc. And there's a cafe and a bar and an internet cafe there as well for you. And also, you will all be assigned what we call a personal tutor for your time within the program. So for your time with studying with GCU, from the MPH team of staff who I mentioned earlier in a previous slide, we would allocate you a personal tutor who can kind of give you some guidance academically through your time on the program, and also just help you look in the right areas for different parts of support or help or advice as you needed it at that point. So they would be with you or allocated to you throughout your time within the program. So we're getting close to at the end of my slides. I feel as though I've done a whirlwind chat of them, but I can go back to any if there's any you want to have a look at, or maybe look back at the program flow for you. But if you do have any more you want any more information, then obviously there are the contact details on the slide earlier for myself and for the program coordinators. And also there's a link here in this slide that would take you to the MPH GCU website for the program information also. And that's just my details again and MPH inquiries. I'll leave that up for a second for you to have a look at it to see what you think. So I'm hoping this has sparked some interest in you for the MPH programme. It's a very exciting programme and a very important programme when looking at the protection and promotion of our public. And as we know, there have been some challenges around that over the last few years with the pandemic, etc., which has brought public health again to the forefront of people's minds and the exceptional job that is required providing in public health practice. I'm going to nip back to the program slide just so it gives you a bit of a look at the program flow for you as well. So I can see a lot of your popping hellos in the chat. So hello, everyone. It's good to see we have a variety of possible applicants from across the globe. It's very interesting. And that's the other thing is when you join the program, we have students who are from numerous different countries and origins, which is great because also part of your learning is learning from each other and understanding maybe more in a global context the public health, how public health is applied. And our students come with some of that knowledge as well because they come from a variety of different disciplines and a variety of different countries too. Let's go back a bit and see if there's anything. Okay. So I think there's one question there. Does GCU offer career support specifically for MPH students, such as a job placement assistance, networking events, or career counselling? So there are, thank you for that question, Adarsh. There are no placement modules within this programme. However, what we tend to do in terms of so that you get that experience of from practice is that we have our externals who come in from practice to provide you with to provide that input into the module. So although there's no practical placement, we do bring practice in so that you can experience and understand how public health is applied within in the practice life itself around that. We do have there are career events that we've had on from time to time, again, where we can bring in some again practice around that, and also we can signpost you to where you can look for career support, and where you can look for roles and jobs within the public health field as you get closer to qualifying from the programme or completing your programme of studies. Your career counselling, obviously your personal tutor can also help you with that. They can also help you with that support and explore areas where you might be interested to develop your career, and also then direct you in terms of how you can maybe possibly achieve that too. So I hope that's answered that question for you. Let's see if there's anything else. Lots of hellos. And Hannah's popped in the general career support link. Thank you, Hannah.
Yep, I've just popped that in there for anyone wanting to find out a bit more information just on general GCU career support. There's pages dedicated to it on the website, so that should hopefully help.
Lovely. Perfect. So, but the roles within public health are very varied, so you'll find that in public health you'll have practitioners delivering what we call health protection or health improvement. You will have practitioners who are developing health promotion and educational tools on a variety of different health issues, because obviously public health isn't just about what we call communicable infections. So not just about infections that are communicable, such as like COVID was. A large part of public health is also dealing with non-communicable infections, which are things like chronic infections, like the prevention of diabetes and or prevention of cancers through smoking. So there's lots of different areas that people can work in post a public health programme. Part of that can also be in public health research. Or it can also be with looking at statistics, developing policy and guidance, setting up services for interventions. The roles are varied and very interesting, depending on your focus and your experience and where you would like to develop your career. Wonder if there's any other questions anyone has about the programme of study or anything about the university.
We've got lots of people here. It's just whether they have any questions, but it's great to see so many, such a vast array of applicants joining us.
It's excellent. All classes are also face-to-face, just so that you're aware of that. All classes are delivered on campus. So you would be on campus with a class facilitator. I can't speak properly this morning. A lecturer who you would have throughout that module for those 12 weeks that it runs in the trimester. So that's really good because it helps you build, I suppose, peer support and get to know your lecturers who are delivering the programme too. Anybody want to check anything or ask? All very quiet.
I know. I think everyone must have got everything they needed from the presentation itself, Martin. So that's a good sign.
That's hopefully a good sign. Hopefully.
Did you have, the slide that you had with your contact details on it? Do you want to share that again, just in case? Because what I'll do here is I'll add this is the email address for general GCU inquiries. So that's anything to do with, your application process, or anything to do with kind of financial support or anything like that. However, if you've got anything that's programme specific, then Martin has kindly shared his contact details and the other contact details of those in the department on that slide there, should you wish to ask any more questions following this webinar.
Lovely.
Sometimes that's just that's the way that people like to do it. So that option is there for you. And
I see this.
also,
Sorry, Hannah.
oh no, I'll disappear.
Sorry, Hannah. Just before I move to Grace's question, I can see here on the slide, you can see that if you've got a question about the Glasgow, the programs are exactly the same. So if you emailed me, even though you were interested in London, I can still answer your question. There's no issue. But just so you know who the program leads are in each campus. So in London, we have Razak, who is the program lead, and in Glasgow, it's myself. But you can use either contact details really to get more information on the program. Now, let me just flip back. I'll come back to that again. So the numbers in brackets, Grace, that you're asking about are the academic credits that you achieve from that module. And to achieve a master's in total, you need 180 academic credits. So you can see how each module starts adding to your academic credits when you achieve it, so that you can continue to progress through the program and into your dissertation, okay? Because at this point, moving to dissertation, you need to have achieved your 120 credits from both trimester and trimester A and B, and then that lets you progress to your dissertation. And I think the next slide might give you a better idea. So that's where you can see there's some credits here and here, like postgraduate certificate has 60 credits if you wanted to leave with that. The postgraduate diploma would be 120 credits if you wanted to leave with that. And what I haven't done, which is silly of me, I haven't put the 180 credits here that you need for a master's in public health. So that's what the numbers mean, Grace. I hope that explains it for you. It's just trying to give you an idea of how many credits you get from each module and how you progress through the programme of study. Any other questions? You're welcome, Grace. Thank you, Blessing, as well, for your comment. Anything anybody wants to check or ask? So the modules themselves are delivered by what we call blended learning. So they're a mix of lectures and tutorials and seminars. So there's lots of things where you get to explore things in smaller groups within the modules as well. So it's not just all didactic being spoken to all the time in a module. There's also some time for you to work with your fellow students within the modules in terms of in the tutorials and seminars to help, and that's to help add depth and breadth to your learning and your understanding around the topics that we're teaching.
I think that might be us, Martin.
That might be us, is it?
That might be us. Unless anyone has any last questions. I'm always conscious people need time to type if they are typing. But again, just to stress, the webinar will be recorded. So we can send this out so that you have access to all of the information that Martin has discussed, which is really valuable in the lead up to you potentially joining us in September. However, if that is us and nobody has any further questions, then can I please just say a big thank you to Martin for giving up his time today, because that has been a really useful and informative webinar and presentation. So thank you, Martin, for that.
You're welcome.
And thank you to everyone for joining us. It's a very well attended webinar and great to see so many of you joining us from all over the world. So that's really exciting, and we hope that we'll see you in September. And you have the contact details for the Glasgow and London MPH teams. And you also have contact details for us at the kind of general GCU queries. So please feel free to get in touch if you have anything further that you want to find out about. We're always here. And if that's us, all that's left to say is enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll hope to see you in September.
Lovely. Hope to see you all in September. Take care.
Thank
Thank you, Hannah.
you. Bye.
Bye. Oh,